unbelievable. That winner catapulted a player's career to the very top. In the most dramatic last-minute Champions League showdown, subs were brought in and changed everything, etching their names in football history. First up, Eric Choupo-Moting. He was on the bench for PSG in the Champions League quarter-final of 2020 versus Atalanta when the clock hit 79 minutes and they were losing 2-1. This was a match PSG was expected to win. Choking on it like this wasn't going to go down well with the supporters and club owners. So with less than 10 minutes to go, Thomas Tuchel decided to go for broke and brought in another attacker in Choupo-Moting. The team scored later to tie it at 1-1, and with minutes left to play, the sub found the winner Choupo-Moting. Goal won the game for PSG and sent them to the semis. It's not only outfield players who've had crazy sub appearances, even goalies have come off the bench to make insane cameos too. Like the time this guy with gloves needed only 7 minutes to send his team to a World Cup semifinal. Tim Krul in the 2014 World Cup quarterfinals. Netherlands was facing tournament underdogs Costa Rica, and the match was so tight that it went all the way to penalties. Seconds before the end of extra time, Dutch manager Louis van Gaal knew what he had to do in a penalty shootout. You don't just need your best players alone to take spot kicks. You also need a goalie as capable of saving them too. So he brought on Tim Krul for the shootout. The move could have gone either way, but in the end, Van Gaal was right. Krul saved the decisive spot kicks to send the Netherlands to the semifinal versus Argentina. Same vibes with keeper Balaga, coming off the bench to win a trophy for Chelsea. The 2021 UEFA Super Cup, Chelsea versus Villarreal, and the match was so tight it went to penalties just before the end of extra time, though Chelsea's coach Thomas Tuchel made a decision that sparked a load of controversy. See, in 2019, Harper was supposed to get subbed off at the same point for a penalty shootout versus Manchester City, but he refused to come off, stayed on the pitch, and unfortunately lost the shootout 2 years later, and he was coming on to replace Edouard Mendy to help the team in a shootout. Kepa had to perform, or else the critics from 2019 would be back to haunt him, and it's safe to say he more than did. Saves 2 penalties to help Chelsea win the shootouts 6-5. Kepa became the new Chelsea hero that evening and banished the ghosts of 2019. Amazing. But you see guys, not every substitute cameo ends up like the one Kepa had or any of the previous ones.